So we are post-election 2024, and the country has voted. It looks like we're going to Trump. That's an amazing direction. I was listening to Sun Broadcasting Network, and they made an excellent point, a very good point, that America is the scepter of peace and democracy around the world. We have a huge responsibility. We take that responsibility not lightly, for we are to be a city on a hill and a beacon of light for justice, for the rule of law. The citizens have voted, and they wanted strong borders, a balanced economy. They wanted somebody who was thinking about the country first, rather than foreign debts, rather than how many illegal persons we can get over the border without the proper protocols, who wasn't thinking about adding new taxes to our already loaded tax load. It wasn't going to increase our debts. I was looking at a book about Tom Brokaw and about the Great Generation, the post-war generation, and how they took it upon themselves to get the country back in motion again after fighting tyranny and fascism, after fighting dictators and great evil. That is not saying Biden is a great evil. No. But what I think the American population is saying is that we want a balance again. And we have to take some responsibility for what we've been given. And that is a mandate from sea to shining sea. That we are to crown our good with brotherhood, meaning peace, Christianity, faith, and justice. These things align because our justice is making sure that people are fed, making sure that our borders are safe again for all of those young minors who are sex trafficked. It means strong relationships with our allies. We need our allies. And Trump knows how to make allies. For everything that's said about him, he has a lot of great relationships with people. And I think we've been doing pretty well with our allies. We've been given to Israel during this gruesome time for them. They're at war with Hamas, a militant government in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip. And what's terrible about it is that we were on the brink of trying to create some sort of peace. Even if we can get semblances of peace, we were trying to create some sort of peace between the Middle Eastern countries and the First Nation world. You had Obama, who scandalously worked to give Iran some access to nuclear proliferation, which he shouldn't have. And you have, on the side of Israel, Netanyahu, who worked to create the Abrahamic Accord that, for all intents and purposes, was to be an olive branch to the OPEC countries, to say that if we couldn't figure out faith, if we couldn't figure out government, we can figure out economic relations. So it's not that it was going to be like a NAFTA, but it was going to be a place and a time for brokering peace and change. That is an amazing extension, because we have a situation where Israel offered Palestinians the opportunity to have their own state. I mean, Israel knows how important it is to have place in a homeland. But that fell through. It fell through because Palestinians understand that they do not want Israel to exist. They don't believe Israel is a country, and they frankly want to wipe it off the face of the earth. This is things, these are things that Israel has been bemoaning for a long time about trepidation with working with Iran, the Iranian government, and their satellites in other countries. So we saw what happened on October 7th, 2023. A group of Hamas-led terrorists breached security along the Gaza Strip and came in and brutalized the people. They raped, they set on fire, they shot down, they blew up. All of the settlements, all the people that were along the settlements in the Gaza Strip, and also young people at a concert. We have countries that are not about modernity, that are not about democracy, that are not about peace. And if we didn't have Israel there being its own beacon of democracy, its own beacon of light, we would have those countries looking for the next democracy over. And that would be Britain. Britain was very smart during Brexit to leave, because if the EU decided that they wanted to have more lax policies around allowing certain people over the borders who are hostile to our way of life, Britain would have to have gone with it. But the government was smart then, under great leadership and consultation, to separate from the EU. And that gives them more flexibility about what they can do around their borders. Britain is an important ally because when they came in during the Great War, not only did they help liberate 6 million Jews, well, not 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews suffered into the Holocaust, but they helped liberate countless Jews who were facing an amazing ordeal. And when they finished from that war, Britain, who owned Palestine at that time, gave that land to Israel so that Israel will have a homeland. So we have our great allies, Israel, Britain. We have new allies like South Korea. And 33,000 lives were lost to ensure that we have those allies. Because nuclear proliferation is real. And people are not happy with policemen. People are not happy with a faith that is based in charity and speaks about the salvation of souls for the upliftment of humanity. There are folks who want their people to be oppressed, downtrodden, so that they can collect power and siphon resources. So now we wait until all the official counts are in, but we know that the tide has gone to Trump, and we are excited about what he's going to do for the next 4 years, making America great again. I can already see that America is going to be the ancient future, where the model that we have for society will live on. I mean, we totally beat out Marx and his concerns about late capitalism. He said the people will be more alienated from their contributions to society. That's not true, because he wasn't factoring in philanthropy and Christianity. That tells people it's not about what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, in the words of JFK. It's not about solely what your faith can do for you, but also what you can do in faith. We have a great scepter, and that scepter has been given to us to lead the world with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When they across the world see that flag, people jump for joy, because it means that help is on the way. We don't take having that scepter lightly. We strive to be number one. We are a meritocracy. That's not going to change about us. We have many boots. We have many bootstraps. And I know for a while that we were concerned about millennials, who are extraordinarily fragile. I'm a millennial, so I understand that concern. But I think millennials have done well in contributing to their society and being a part of the stabilization that has come in this wave, in this election. So we have a mandate to rule with peace and love in the name of a great leader, Christ our Lord. It's just amazing to me, because in the millennial reign of Christ, he talks about there being great shalom, great peace on earth. There'll be heaven on earth. People will be healthier, live longer, be kinder to one another. I'm going to be a part of that future, and I can't wait to look down from my vantage point in heaven to see what a great place America has continued to be. We are a great city on a hill. We have great allies. We have a great commission. Thank you all for listening. Shalom. And also, I want to acknowledge Sun Broadcasting Network, because it was that network that talked about America being a scepter of peace. What Jimmy Swaggart is doing with that 24-hour station 24-hour gospel is amazing because they have news that we can use. They have song, they have great preaching. And we always have to stay connected to the Word because you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Peace to freedom. Take care.